Hello again, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Landric Plays Hand of Fate 2. Last episode we came one step closer to completing Mal's quest and curing him of the horrible corruption by going back and doing a quest we'd already done before just to unlock some new cards. And I think we are on the last step of his quest now, so we are going to go back and redo something we've done before just to try and ensure that we make it. But this time I'm going to do the strength quest just because we've still not got the gold token on this, and hey, maybe this is the time that we manage it. And if not, hopefully we'll at least get Mal's quest all nicely done and finished. So he's the first out of, I think, of like 4 companions that we have now that we haven't finished any of their... we've barely started any of their other quests. So if we can at least get Mal's done, I'll be fairly happy. Alright, so there we go, 90 life gone at the start because we got hit by an ogre. I think we're just going to straight away retreat. So not only are we cursed, we do not heal from food, or not only are we horribly wounded, we aren't going to heal as we wander. However, I thoughtfully brought along a health potion with us. Isn't that lucky? It's almost as if I knew this was going to happen, and we are just going to use all of that. And that'll at least give us a little bit of a buffer so that, you know, hopefully we won't immediately die. So 40 out of 100, not too bad. Let's break camp. And if I go to our inventory, can I not... Yeah, I can't not take this with me, so he's going to complain that... The dealer is going to complain that I'm bringing a useless artifact with me in combat, but
now
oh well.
We see how this tale ends.
Well, that's handy. So the very first card we turn over, it's the card we were looking for. So fantastic. So we can basically just give up after this, right? No, that's why I'm doing this particular quest, so we've got a reason to push forwards. So Mal's condition worsens on your journey back to the Underneath. He must stop often for rest, and his usual chatty lute playing is replaced by sombre silence. Finally you arrive at the familiar stone entrance by the lake, but the doorway is wide open and the bespectacled ogre is lying in a pool of his own blue blood. The ogre wheezes, "Get away."
Your artifact is empty now and will be of little use to you here.
Well, this doesn't quite bode well, does it? So the big burly ogre is dead, and or at least dying, and there's a whole bunch of skeletons. Luckily, skeletons don't really bother me too much. Whoop. We've got a nice shield from Mal, so that should prevent too much damage. And there we go, we can basically just smash them apart. Although, given how easily we took down those skeletons, I'm not sure that's what took down the ogre. Either that or we are stronger than an ogre, which I suppose is what this quest in particular is trying to prove. Well done! A robed woman draped in bone charms rounds the corner. A necromancer. You must be Malacalypse, and you his mercenary companion. I was warned about you. She bows mockingly. Have you come to stop me from ending the lives of the little rats who scurry in this sinkhole? Who are you? She laughs, a chilling, hollow sound. By many accounts I am nobody, merely a killer for hire. She bows mockingly. Have you come... Blah, blah, blah. Why, the Empire, of course. The necromancer steps closer, fiddling with her bone amulet. You really think you could waltz into an Empire fort and steal those precious mage children away without them noticing? Oops. So yeah, we rescued a whole bunch of mage children from the Empire, and as a result have brought down their wrath upon us. There's an enticingly high price on your heads, and a high price on mage heads in general. Once I've taken yours, I'll descend into the Underneath and collect every last one. Can you not feel the winds of time changing, Malacalypse of the Vale? The seer whispers of it. I've no intention of being on the wrong side of history. Do you? Yeah, because I'm sure once the Empire is finished, you know, has gotten you to kill every other mage in the kingdom, he'll be fine with just letting a necromancer kick around. You are on the wrong side of history, sister. History is penned by the victors. She readies her staff. The Emperor did not gift me Lizardman Bone Dust to waste my time up here while I could be down there spilling mate. Ooh, Lizardman Bone Dust. Is that a good thing? Is that a useful gift? I don't know. We shall find out. Probably it's going to cast some horrible spell on us. I mean, it's a good thing we had that health potion, because going into this fight with only 10 HP, probably not the best thing in the world. Be nice if we had some other artifacts that we could use, but oh well. The necromancer revels in the land, tipping evermore into chaos. Blah blah blah. Bash. Doesn't seem to have gruesome armor. Bonk. Bonk. Oh, there goes our shield already. Now. Oh, that is a lot of skeletons. Now. Now, help. Oh god. So many skeletons. I mean, they do go down fairly easily, but there is a lot of them to get through. Just gonna sort of slowly wail on all of them. Oh god, and they're coming back because, you know, necromancers. Maybe I should go straight for the necromancer. There they are. The more I'm punching them, the less skeletons they're summoning. That's got to be the way that works. Oh, Mal shield kicked in just a little bit too slowly there. There we go, a couple more down. There's the gruesome armour that we were warned about. Ooh, armour and bones. Fancy. Oh, is she? Something's glowing green. I don't know whether she's healing the skeletons or summoning new ones. Oh, looks like she's summoning a few more. Oh, dodge out of that. We are very running out of health. Oh god, more armour. Now if you could give me a heal, that would be much appreciated. Or a shield at least. Just keep smashing away with a hammer. And whoop. Okay, so we sort of missed our chance to get the special attack there, but no problem. Necromancer defeated. Mal saved? Question mark? Hopefully. Suddenly Mal doubles over in pain, clutching his arm. Ira, the cure. You carry Mal through the stone entrance into the underneath. He coughs blood onto his collar. A few steps into the tunnel, you meet Ira. She takes one glance at Mal's face and immediately understands. Mal is as pale as a sheet and his eyes are bloodshot. Ira, please, the potion. Oh Mal, I have lied to you. He stares in horror, blood leaking from his mouth. What are you saying? She raises her hand and cups his face with the tenderness of a lover. The only cure is removal. The whole limb is infected, Mal. It has to go. Mal begins to sweat through his surcoat. He tears at the bindings of his sleeve to reveal the affliction spreading up his arm. Glowing green pustules encrust his hand and wrist. The extent of his affliction now gruesomely apparent. He gives a strangled sigh and promptly passes out. Ira unsheaths a curved silver dagger from her belt and hands it to you. We don't have much time. I must fetch a blood binding potion or you will simply bleed to death. Do not falter. If the corruption spreads to his neck, then he is lost. You must remove the infected limb for it. Oh no, is this going to be a pendulum challenge or something? It is. Oh good. Okay. This... I don't like this. Oh, I was so worried I would mess that up. Oh, whew. The surgical dagger is impossibly sharp. It cuts cleanly through Mal's arm, through tendon, muscle and bone. Still your friend does not move. You feel sick to your stomach as you desperately try to staunch the bleeding. At last Ira arrives, potion in hand. Some days later, Malacalypse comes to. He stares at the empty healing vials and jars of curative salves that surround his sickbed, and rasps for a flagon of wine. Okay, he sounds like he's feeling better already. When he is well enough, through sorceries and blood magics that you don't quite understand, Mal is gifted with a new arm. It glows bright green and is smooth and transparent like glass. Malacalypse flexes his new limb with a sad look on his face. Thank the gods the Empire isn't hunting mages right now, or this would be quite the beacon indeed. After a few more days, fully supplied with wine and the disgusting caveberry cakes ubiquitous to the underneath, you both trudge up the tunnel to the surface. Mal is silent as you walk. He flexes his new glowing limb. It feels stiff and tingles painfully. What about the corruption? I made a terrible mistake. It was a plan concocted by a few desperate ones to stop the Empire from culling all of us, but it backfired horribly. Those who didn't die were infected. Maybe they know each other. He stops himself from telling you something and pats you on the back instead. When you're older, I'll tell you the rest of the story. If it's true that the Emperor himself is consorting with mages to cull mages, then that is a rather flawed and terrifying plan. It may all be Codswallop though, Necromancers are known to harbour big heads, unlike the smaller, more humble heads of regular mages like me. So what are you going to do now? I could have died. It's a funny thing to think about. Mal runs his new hand across the surface of a powerful spellbook, a parting gift from Ira. I suppose since it will be difficult to hide this beacon attached to my body, I'll have to abandon the bard disguise. A sudden thought crosses his mind. Except in taverns. Have you ever seen a mage successfully woo a pretty bar maiden? I haven't.
A fitting place to end this tale, with illusions ended and pretense lost.
Okay. So, if nothing else, even if we die right to this encounter, we have at least saved Mal, and we've unlocked a new token. I think we're going to fight the Empire, because we've got I think we've got the Worker's Hammer, which either gives us a bonus against Empire, or has a token that can be locked against Empire, or both. I can't quite remember. I think both. We've got a jaunty little hat as well.
I hope this works.
And with Mal's shield, hopefully we'll make short work of this. So his arm looks fine to me, or he is wearing gloves, I suppose. There we go. Made short work of them. Just got to keep that up through the rest of this, because we're still only on, what, 14 HP? Which is technically 4 more than we started with, but imagine if we hadn't had that healing potion, we'd have been toast. Okay, so we slide down the bank, we get the treasure, and now we have to roll some dice. Now normally I'd bring Colbjorn on this
I hope you have learned
run
to
for
be
me.
their master.
So no treasure for us. Hopefully not a pain card. Oh, we get some fame though. So back this way, eat some food, swamp lands. Yeah, now we have to escape from the swamp, and again, no help from Colbjorn. Although, this should be relatively easy to do. Yeah, there we go. So we escape.
A win here sets the tone for your challenge.
King's Road. We'll keep going, we'll explore this one because we might as well. Who you're hunting? No, actually we're hunting Empire, so maybe not the most sensible card to add to this deck, but you never know. So King's Rood, there's Ariadne. Hey! Blah blah blah. Cool. Okay, so she doesn't recognise us, even though we've been travelling with her for a little bit. I guess we have gone truly back in time here, so we're re-remembering this rather than redoing it. So we'll go upgrade some of our armour. I think our helmet has a token that can be unlocked if we upgrade it at the blacksmith, but then again, I'm not sure. Okie dokie, let's re-roll both of these. Not quite. So we consume a food.
Can you reach the end of this challenge before you
Ogre's still looking for us.
starve to death? Time will tell.
Let's re-roll both of these again. Okay, only just made it. We are quite low on food.
Never trust an eternal creature without ambition. Such a waste.
Oh, failure. So no fairies for us. Okay, hopefully. So some anarchists. Empire? Frost. Ah, drat. I think we'll fight the raiders then, because thieves are quite slippery and we've got quite a heavy weapon. Although we are going to start losing health very, very soon unless we get some food, so hopefully we manage to find some on the Northmen. Otherwise we're going to be in trouble and this is going to be a very short video, but that's not such a bad thing just by itself. There we go, you'll charge it now. He'll zippity zap over there. I'll just can't riposte with a big heavy hammer, but you can still smash your face in, which is, you know, always good. There you go. Would you kindly... Oop, not... Okay, so you shove us back quite a way, even if we block, so we'll just dodge around you instead, smash you in the back, and there we go. Job's a good one. Now the tricky bit, which is actually rolling some dice. Slide down the bank, have a look for treasure. Da 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 da. Okay, I mean one of those wasn't terrible. Let's try again. Hey, it's treasure. So we draw a game card, I think. Ooh, we get a shield. So I'll hang on to that. Ah, no treasure though. So do I risk going back here in the hopes that we find food, or do I press on? I think I press on.
Gasping with each step, hoping to survive. Find food if you can.
So I think we're actually just... Yep, we just die.
So hunger gnaws at us once more and leaves us dead and unfulfilled.
Okay, but let's have a look and see what we get. So for saving Mal from the corruption, we get the Underneath and the Magician. So now Mal, our companion, is a platinum card with a shiny arm. There we go, that's the word I was looking for. Still no gold token for us though, and you know what, it's only been 15 minutes, we might as well. I'm gonna, at the very least, try this out again. I could bring a sensible companion with us, but I want to see Mal's shiny new arm, and I'm sure you do too. So let's just immediately continue. We actually don't want to take that. Do we want to take the Underneath, given that it's new? Actually, we'll take the duel, and... oh, no, hang on, I'm looking at the wrong one, aren't I? Where is it? So the Underneath is new, so we'll take that just to see what it's like. And I got rid of the duel, didn't I? Duel. Oop. Not the button I was trying to press. That's over here because it's got a token. There we go. And we've lost something else. Oop. Doesn't really matter. I don't know, whichever, this one, fine, that'll do. Continue. So let's take a look at Mal's shiny new arm. Even if we only end up playing this for just 5 minutes, I think we might. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like and whether he's got any special new powers as a result. And one day we're going to come back to this with all of the correct equipment. So there we go, there's pain loss, blah blah blah. There's a horrible ogre. Aha, there's some food. And there's a curse. Off we go. So we immediately get ambushed. Perfect, we get to see Mal's shiny arm right away. And I think next episode we will push onwards. We'll see if we can do one of the ones we haven't yet managed to complete, even with a silver token. Hey, there we go. Look at that. He often comments that as he brushes with death, his was most convenient. He needed a new spellbook anyway. Mal's protective barrier will now explode on impact, so now if we get hit... Ooh.
If nothing else, I'll get a song out of
Let's
this.
try this then. So you're going to heal your companions, but you don't have any. So it sucks to be you. You turn to ice. Now you're over here. Again, you're going to try healing. But you're not really that scary if you're all by yourself. When you've got all of your friends with you, a little bit more worrying. And even then, that's because they can distract us. So, ambush completed, tiny bit of fame, quite a bit of food, which is always good. Especially given that we just starved to death. Don't really have anything we need here. Yeah, let's spend 8 gold on a tiny bit of life. We could always get use our artifact and get some more, but I'm not planning on finishing this one necessarily. I'm just trying to rush through it and see where we get. Friendly innkeeper. Don't need anything from you either. So all of our sort of shops and healing stuff are over here. Steel, Shaman. We will fight the Empire, even though the other one's easier, because again we've got a weapon, we've got a token, and we might as well grind our way through it. And it'll be interesting to see what we get. I suppose we can just use the artifact in combat, right? So I don't have to go into the camp screen, I can just... There we go, bash you. There we go, one down. And a couple more over here. Just another quick drink. Thank you very much for waiting patiently over there. It's very, very thoughtful of you. And there we go. Just gonna keep smashing you like that. There we go. Easy peasy. The Empire are no match for us, and our mighty hammer. You know, now that I've said that we're going to just try and rush through this and see what happens, if this ends up being the one time that we actually manage to do this with a gold token, that'll be kind of funny to me. There we go. We even get a little bit of treasure from it.
Some weapons, this one included, require a great hero to carry them.
Now we're getting there. So we go this way and down the King's Road. We say hi to Ariadne on our way. And I'm sure we'll run into her later on. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, 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 hello. Ask who she is, blah, blah, blah. Continue on your journey. So now we know where the exit is. We'll probably nip down here first, see what there is. Yeah, yeah, nice to see you too. More combat? More Empire? Or more Thieves? Oh, more Frost. I think we'll fight the Raiders. Again, Thieves are slippery and annoying, especially when you've got a giant hammer. The Trappers are particularly annoying as well because they throw those sort of boulders at you, but I think I'd rather face them. Especially with Mal's help, so we'll just grab a shield. And there he goes. So we'll just get you out of the way. Distract you while you're trying to swing your boulders at us. Dodge that. Okay, that's you done for. Dodge. Just, excuse me, I'm just going to have a quick sip of this. And you're done for as well. Sort of punch my microphone again there, sorry about that. So we're doing much, much better this time compared to last time, although we were fighting a lot more skeletons last time. And I was slightly careless because we started with so much health. Let's reroll both of these this time. That was a lot luckier as well. So we get the spiked bone guard.
Armor suited to your temperament. Fame alone has got you here. Let action carry you forward.
So we've got 24 out of 60 defense already. If we upgrade this, hopefully it'll be even better. I think we're going to upgrade the helmet first though, just to see if that does reveal the token for us. And we'll just reroll you, because a 2 or more should do it. A 1 is not that. So we don't get any blessings, which is kind of annoying.
Everything is easier with a map that you can trust. Of course, that's the core of the question, isn't it?
Merrick relaxes are back one of 2 camels rested. So this is the Thieves quest or something. A thief. We bought a treasure map off a thief? I forget. Anyway, we're in the desert. We're searching for treasure. Probably. Climb aboard and lead the way, he says, tossing you the map. Sorry for taking it before, but you really can't be too trusting of people these days. So we've got a treasure map. You take a moment to consult the map you've discovered while raiding caravans. It traces the merchant routes that crisscross the desert lands skirting the nation. Okay, that's interesting. So it's filled the board with cards. Now, I seem to remember in one of the quests, I think it was the Devil quest, there's a set of the board that's not connected. So we're on the left hand side, we have to get to the right hand side, but there's a big gap in the middle. I wonder if this will fill in that gap and let us get the gold token from that. In the meantime, we'll just wander this way.
Another step into the emptiness. At least one hopes. Keep on walking through. Make time while you may. You see how the game changes, how its pieces move around, sometimes under your control and sometimes not.
Whoops. Okay, so we're just sort of randomly getting lost in the desert now.
How will you fare with the desolation you've uncovered?
There we go, success that time. But hey! Token. Okay, I guess we'll just head this way then. I think we'll just continue on, now that the rest of the board's a bit of a mess. So hey, we've got an extra token than I was expecting. We will upgrade a helm. And maybe we'll get that token after it if we can survive this, what do you call it, this level. This floor of the dungeon, even though we're in a swamp. Hey! Don't get attacked by any monsters while we're in the swamp, that's good. We are running out of food again.
Better than any other that we reap the rewards of our earlier efforts.
Okay, so anarchists or steel. I think we're going to go for the steel again.
Your artifact is empty now and will be of little use to you here.
Yeah, I know, you keep saying that, but you also won't let me put the empty potion bottle down anywhere, so I guess we're bringing it with us. No fancy hat for us this time, but hopefully it'll be better, though we do have the spiky armor, which looks very cool. So we're just going to punch you a couple of times. Relatively quiet, just while I concentrate. It's very difficult to talk and do a thing at once. There we go. But did that with barely a scratch, in fact possibly without a scratch at all. So we'll chop our way through that, and then we'll go and pick up our shiny new helmet. Hopefully we'll roll some dice and get some treasure though, and hopefully it'll be some food. Ugh, that's not great. Snake eyes. Let's try again. Hey, that's much better. So we're getting a lot luckier with our dice rolls this time. Ring of the Feast.
Try not to be too greedy. There is much to be gained, but gluttony gets us nowhere.
Okay. So we've been ambushed, we're out of food, we're still quite low on health. This thing could be going better if we were trying to get that gold token. But less worried about that. So if you give me your shield, and I'll just sort of charge into the middle of them, and the second we're hit, it'll explode. Like that. Ow, that seemed unfair. That's right, you keep pushing us like that. Just gonna bash you. I don't know what that noise was, but that sounded painful. Where's Mal? Push you into the fire, that's especially painful. But then again, you look quite dead, so maybe it doesn't matter. There we go. Dodge that massive swing, and then club you as well. I love going clubbing. Nobody's made that joke before. Come on, there we go. It doesn't even work, it's not a club, it's a hammer. It's hammer time. There we go. That's a much better terrible joke. Still terrible, but here we are. Alright, so do we get any food from this, or are we just doomed to starve to death? Well, we can carry our fancy sword at least. So the worker's hammer, blah blah blah. Bash 40 empires as they block. Oh yeah, we've not actually come across any ones that really block. So it's not actually been that useful. There we go, tiny bit of food. And now we've got a one-handed weapon, we can actually carry a shield as well. Which will give us a little bit more defense if we need it. There we go, battered helm.
Rough and ready, but fit for task.
There we go. And now we get the token. So maybe when we come back to this, we'll have an even better helmet in our starting loot. Let's upgrade a suit of armor. We'll upgrade our spiky armor. Drastically lowers our defense, but who cares? It'll be even higher when we get it back. It's all about investment. So we'll re-roll you. There we go. Safe passage through the swamp. Still running low on food. What have you got for us? I think we'll ask for the Gambler's Jewel, because that'll help us in the dice gambits. The other two things aren't very good weapons or armor, but they are quite good at, or, well, they're quite valuable, that's it. So you can resell them if you need to. Oh, okay, so Okay. I think we'll fight the raiders again. Bandits would be easier than with the hammer now that we've got a one-handed weapon, but I think the one-handed weapon is even better against the northerners, and it's a flaming sword, and you know, flaming sword against people that use ice magic sounds like a sensible thing to do. So, come on. Oh yeah, no Mal to help us out this time either. Whoop. Okay, we're a little bit slow now, and we can't dodge that either. Oh, can't dodge that. Damn. Well, I mean, that was sort of inevitable, really. Blood stains the ground beneath your corpse, but we are rewarded with some tokens, and that's what we came in here for.
Slain. In time, you will gain the skills you need.
So we get access to the Cave of Wonders for crossing the desert. Interesting. What else? The battered helm is now a reinforced helm. Excellent. And no gold token. Still, that was a very productive session, I think. So, do we come back for another time, or do we move on to one of the others? I think we'll move on to one of the others next time, and then go back to this eventually. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it so far, and I'll see you next time.